Hi, it's Rachel at Nose to Trail. I've had a couple of clients message me today about issues with collars and in some cases attaching leads to collars. So little Maisie here is going to give me a hand on showing how we can really work on this with dogs who are really fearful of either item. So what we have a tendency to do is we kind of go in like this and we clip it around the dog. Now as it happens, Maisie doesn't have an issue, so she's fine with it. But for a lot of dogs, that would be quite difficult for them, particularly hand-shy dogs, rescue dogs, or in the case of one of the dogs who's asked for help, the dog has a sensory deficit. So we're gonna what we want is for the dog to come towards the collar, yes, like Maisie just did there, rather than me leaning over and putting it on her. So if I hold it out, yes, I want her to approach and sniff it to begin with. You can see she's lying down, she's relaxed. If she was to move away from the collar, we wouldn't even do this stage. So if I'd got the collar out and put it on the floor, if she was scared of it and she moved away, I'm not going to chase her around the house with it, okay? Good girl. All I want is for her to interact with the collar. So if I hold it, yes, I want her to move towards it. And all I'm doing is I'm marking with Maisie's vocal marker, which is yes. Yes. Over time, what we want to build up to is that she puts her head over the collar. So if I was to do it as a human, we want the collar is there, she brings her neck towards it rather than me bring the collar to her. It can be quite tricky because we're going to need to try and hold it. If you want to use a food lure, you'd be holding it and then trying to lure the dog over the top. Yes, so sometimes holding it as a kind of circle can help. You might need to make it bigger than how big your dog's head normally is. We're not going to push it over the top, but it's just to get her to realise she can put her head towards it rather than me holding it and bringing it to her. Good girl. Yes, good girl. Yes. Yes. Well done. And you can be too loose for her to wear it for anything, but it's a way of getting it on without it being difficult for her, okay? And it just comes off really easy because I've made it so big. So you can really, with Maisie, you could just plonk it on, okay? But what we want to do is have the dog happy with it being put on and for them to be really comfortable with it. So I'm going to make